I'm the Captain, and here's my review of Monolith Studios' Middle-earth: Shadows of Mordor. Middle-earth: Shadows of Mordor is a terrific game that really is a bright, unexpected breath of fresh air from 2014. WB seems to have a knack for finding studios that can adapt third-party franchises into wonderfully conceivable video games. Monolith Studios has done a fabulous job of creating a story in a well-storied franchise such as Tolkien's Middle-earth. The graphics and special effects are wonderfully crafted, as if I was playing through a Peter Jackson film without the long, epic landscape shots that you normally get in those. If you had a chance to play the game with 4K resolution and 4K textures, I highly recommend it. This game pushes game textures to the max, as of last fall I'd say sets the bar for 2014. The art direction and style mimics, what we've seen in Peter Jackson films, but scenes flow right into the game with smooth transitions. Even though it's not their own, they certainly utilized and gained cohesiveness with the films. This isn't a bad thing at all, just note that it's not entirely original. Nonetheless, the artistry is still gorgeous and consistent throughout. The sound is solid, voice acting work is, it fits for the confines of the game. I do have gripes with every studio using the same few voice actors, but that's another whole matter entirely. The dialogue is good, has several emotional, humorous moments that add to the game. The dialogue of the orcs, or oryx, whatever, is where the sound and voice acting really shines, but that goes hand in hand with the integration of the Nemesis System. I would point out that the content is perhaps the low point of the game. The area sizes that the game takes place in are kind of on the small side. I can consider the game quasi-open world, but the areas are small and I feel a little empty at times, but there's not much to explore overall. The story is new in context of the greater Tolkien universe as far as I know, and integrates well into the larger story at hand, without ruining those stories or causing any continuity issues. However, without spoiling anything, the game centers around a character called Talion, losing his family and going on a rampage while fused with an elven wraith to avenge the deaths of his fallen family and comrades. This largely leads to missions which center around drawing out a boss, finding his weakness, and killing him. Rinse and repeat. The story took me about 25 hours to complete, so it wasn't incredibly short, but not terribly long either. The music is consistent with the game, and it fits. It's simple and solid, but doesn't stand out extraordinarily. In regards to gameplay, there are a lot of borrowed elements from other games such as Assassin's Creed or Batman Arkham titles, but it harnesses these elements together while adding to them and creating a great gameplay experience. There were a few bugs when I played in the gameplay early on, but with recent updates the game has become smooth. I cannot say anything bad about the Nemesis system. I mean, the greater orcs are all unique and they have their own strengths and weaknesses, and if they survived encounters with Talion, they would remember and often comment about certain situations that you were put in, or their appearance would reflect certain injuries that they received from you. It was really cool. Some would even actively hunt me down. It became challenging at times, and it was exhilarating to finally defeat these enemies, who have been nagging me for quite some time in the game. Looking at you, Targoth the Headhunter. He would show up, damage me, but not finish me. He would just kinda walk away. You're too little. Blah de blah. Well, luckily he'll be hunting for his own head now. Ultimately, the game was a blast to play. I look forward to Monolith Studios' next title. I'm glad this game came out when it did, because it helped me get through some of the other bad titles more. You know what I mean. Ultimately, I gave this game an 84 out of 100. Oh yeah. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe if you liked the video. Feel free to post comments below and let us know what you thought. Catch up with us on Twitter or watch us in some of our live streams on Twitch. Thanks. Captain out.
What kind of reward your head'll fetch?